Hello everyone, welcome to another DrillMaster color guard critique. This one sent from, let's see here, let me get this rewound. This one is sent from Virginia. Gonna get this all the way to the beginning. There we go. All right, that's better. And this is brought to you by me, the DrillMaster. Okay, visit my website, www.thedrillmaster.org. Lots of educational materials and articles there. All right, so let's start out here with the color guard. You can see here. Let me get this. If I enlarge it any bigger, then it starts to stutter and pause and all that kind of stuff. So if I keep it this size, then it seems to work a little better. All right, so notice right here, notice the hand here, finger in front of the rifle stock. These fingers are extended and joined for the left guard. Awesome job. However, and we have all three toes aligned. All three toes aligned here, although the rifle is angled outward. It should be pointing straight forward. So, but here, both of the guards have their hands in front of their thigh, and the thumb is not along the seam of the trouser leg. So when you're at order, you really have to pull that. You need to rock the rifle back, rock it back on the butt, on the heel of the butt of the rifle. In front is called the toe. At the back of the butt of the rifle is called the heel. So all three toes aligned here, but then rock that rifle back to right where it's resting, right there on the heel. And then that means your thumb is along the trouser leg. And we have the staffs, or the ferrules, I should say, grounded. Proper staffs, that's awesome, thank you. Really good. Bit of a saggy belt, and we're going to see that also a little later as well. So not bad here, not bad at all. Both color bearers. All right, so, and I finally got the sound fixed here. I learn it as I go. All right, here we go.
Dress right, dress. Ready, front.
All right, so dress right, dress, ready, front. Why? At close interval, dress right, dress would be the command. And you said it's the commander. You said it so quickly that I couldn't tell exactly if you said that. However, why did you give it anyway? Because when you fall in, what do? You get your dress. Now, if you have a platoon, then you get your dress and your cover. But you just a single squad here, a single four-man color guard. Man means position. So why give dress right, dress? No reason whatsoever. When you fall in, that's when that's taken care of. All right, let's go.
Carry, colors. Carry, colors.
So if you notice there,
Forward, arch.
Interesting way to pause here. Interesting time. All right, so if you noticed, for the carry colors, both of the color bearers looked down. As they were bringing the staffs up, they looked down. And why is that? Well, look at the image here. They're both grabbing the staff with both hands. So if you do that, there's absolutely no way. You're at attention. You need to look straight forward. So if you're grabbing the staff with both hands, you're going to be searching for that harness socket, or you can call it a cup as well, either one. So what you need to do is place that, at least the pinky. This is my technique. This is what I developed over the years. I place my pinky on the rim of the socket, and these are perfect harnesses, by the way. These are the ones you need to get. Now, whether you get the all web or these very expensive Clarino, either one is fine. But when you bring the staff up, you bring it up and over, not up and then over. You bring it up and over like they did into the center, and you should have your left hand near or on. If you have it near, then you have that pinky on the rim of the socket, and then you can have the ferrule find your hand and then place the ferrule into the cup easily. Now, as far as rocking the cup back just a little bit so that you can get the ferrule to go all the way through and into that there's a small hole in the harness socket there, and you can see both the color bearers here got that. It looks like, to me anyway, they got that. Well, maybe not, and maybe that's just a reflection. The ferrule is sticking out a fair amount, so I don't know exactly, but you want to try to ensure that the ferrule goes, and the ferrule is the metal tip on the end of the staff. This is down here. This is the lower ferrule, and then at the top is the upper ferrule, or you can even call it an ornament receiver, where the spade finial screws into there. So what you want to try, though, to get the ferrule into the hole of the socket, because if you don't have that, then once your non-national color bearer goes forward, the ferrule can slide in the socket, and you can have a nice sound, or actually a not nice sound. So anyway, we'll go back a little bit, and I thought I had the lag thing all taken care of, but I guess not. So look here, this belt needs to be much tighter, and this belt also, because that belt needs to be resting here in between those two bottom buttons. Actually, all the belts look like they need to be a little
Colors.
down.
Forward. Arch.
All right, so hand positions. Why is this random left hand position day? No, it's not. Hands need to be on the socket, and unfortunately, we need to use that army useless grip with the thumb in front. So you're just cupping the cup, cupping the socket there, and really for no other reason than I'm assuming tradition there. Notice how the top slopes up here, and then slows back down. Seems to be fine here, but then you get really going with this Speedy Gonzalez. Going directly from right shoulder into sling. This is something that, now it's not necessarily the training circular technique for sling arms. Sling arms is actually done from order, but the junior ROTC world has adapted it from right shoulder because there's no added command in there to have the guards go down. Because if you give order arms, then everybody has to go down. So, or order colors, I guess it would be in this case. So we do sling from right shoulder, which is just fine. Air Force, you can do sling from the outside shoulders as well. You just have to give that slight pause for the rifle guard movements, according to the Marine Corps order. But here, then, the guards missed that when the commander said post, and commander, you're talking your commands. I wanted to let you know. So you're not actually calling commands, you're just talking them. So here, the guards on that command of post, they missed that outward half left and right face so that they can position themselves out and move out at an angle. So you have to face and then march.
Colors.
Let's stop. Let me use this. All right, so you can see, and I was going to point to my screen again. You can see here that the non-national, maybe that's the state, or hopefully it's the Air Force, the Army JROTC flag. So here, this staff is on the left-hand side of the color bearer. That's not the technique. That's not the technique at all. As a matter of fact, this is not what the non-national color bearer is doing is not even close to the standard technique. What the American flag bearer is doing, let's back this up. Hopefully this will play without being screwy. So what the American flag bearer is doing is watching her hands. So she switched her hands, which is not necessary. But you can do it. It's just not completely necessary. So both of the color bearers are here with their right hand. As they lift the staff out, they can bring their left up. Now, Army raised guide-on technique is the left hand, and I'm looking here to make sure that you can see me, see my hands. So the left hand grabs the staff. This is the raised guide-on technique. That's the technique that you need to use. The reason why the flag staffs are the type that they are is because they match the guide-on. The guide-on technique is then used in color guard for just about everything until we get to certain positions or movements that are going to bring or not going to keep the American flag in the position of honor or in the honor that we need to accord the American flag. So it doesn't necessarily bring intentional dishonor. It's just we need to avoid things like that. So when we go to parade rest, for instance, the technique of raising the arm here to hold the staff when at parade rest, but you still have the staff vertical, that's a semi guide-on technique, whereas we would raise the hand all the way and push the guide-on out. That's the guide-on technique, but we're not going to push a color out, a flag. So if we push the color out, then that's not as respectful as we could be to that flag. So flags don't ever get pushed forward at parade rest. So again, guide-on technique here is going to be bringing the staff out to the raised guide-on position. And you don't have to switch your hands, but if you do, you do. That's there's no strict, explicit, you must do it exactly this way type of guidance. And honestly, this is all just for competition. Most likely, even if you join any branch of the military, you will never do this again, ever, unless you have a unit stand up or stand down. That's when you case and uncase a color. The interment of, if you're on an honor guard and you're the personal color bearer of a general or the POW or Medal of Honor recipient, those flags get cased at funerals. Let's see, and then there's the general's promotion ceremony. So this is purely for competition. It's not necessarily real world, but it's something to achieve, and I appreciate it in this context. I honestly wish that and here's DrillMaster opinion coming. I really wish that color guard competitions were more real world, actually having you come in, present the colors, post the colors, coming in every left on, using every left off, using colors turn on, colors turn off. I wish color guards had these techniques under their belts, and that it was written in some places other than ceremonial manuals, and then on the DrillMaster website in articles. I'm really trying to educate color guards, because you need these types of things. Even the center aisle snake, lots of teams, they encounter certain situations and you have no idea what to do. But if you were practicing and competing with real world situations, then it would be easier than for you to present the colors in different situations. All right, so back to this raised guide on technique, and then you have to bring the staff down to where the staff is in the armpit, and then completely vertical, or I'm sorry, horizontal in that position. So your left hand is forward on the staff, your right hand is right here next to your armpit, and then you can even, with these longer staffs, it looks like you have the 3x4 flags most likely, and then the longer 9.5-foot staffs, which is authorized for only the Army, actually. So you can then pull that staff back so that you have more staff sticking out the back and less weight in the front, and it can help sometimes. All right, going on. Use the raised guide on technique. Bringing the flag or the staff down here. This is incorrect. This flag staff needs to be in the arm, not raised like that. Don't hold the flag staff like this. The unraised technique, there's this full technique at the end. There's this slide step and there's no exact technique. Until you get to the ceremony, then there's an exact technique. Oh, this is that's okay. This is right. So, okay. You should be carrying the Army AJROTC flag, at least, if not the Army flag. But the Army flag, it's a little bit more special, so I would suggest the Army AJROTC flag. Also, you have since this belt, since the American flag bearer's belt is so low, you've got the harness socket a bit low, which then and the harness sockets really should be the same level. Both of these cadets are very, very similar in height, and this harness socket is actually pretty much at crotch level, which is not appropriate. It's too low, way too low. And the American flag higher is, oh, great, the botany cross. We get to talk about that. Awesome. All right, but the American flag higher thing is a myth. That's just a myth. All right, so AR 840-10, the Army reg about staffs and finials and fringe on the flag and all that stuff. So they have fringe on both flags. Perfect. Although this really should be the Army AJROTC flag. You're not supposed to carry any other flag if you're just a four-man color guard. It should be the American and the Army, or Army AJROTC. But with the Maryland flag, Maryland law requires the botany cross. This is the botany cross finial here. And I'm thrilled that you have the botany cross on there. That's really awesome. Now, Army regs say that all flags will have this Army spearhead here that you can see on the American flag. That's appropriate. Both staffs are appropriate. That everything is perfect so far. But if you're going to follow state law, then, and there actually are laws for the state flags. Each state has its own separate laws for folding and things like that. The flag length and height and just different information. So the botany cross is required for, and you can see it here stylized a bit in this lower section of the Maryland flag. So the botany cross is required, but it's only purchased with local funds. The Army funds cannot be used. So you purchase it with your own fundraising in the AJROTC sense here. Okay, then now about the unfurling of these flags. Your hands are so far apart, the flag staff is so low that you're just throwing the flag staff around. All right, back to the proper technique of the flag staff in the armpit, sticking straight forward. This is how you unfurl. Not okay? You unfurl, and it's a constant unfurl. It's not twist, stop, twist stop, trying to make it look sharp, and that there's nothing sharp about unfurling or furling. It's a constant untwisting or twisting if you're furling. All right, so color bearers, completely wrong. Sorry. All right, here, look at this. This is and both of the guards have, and I don't know where this comes from. It's a cadetism, I'm quite sure, but colors cases are not tucked anywhere other than the belts eventually, and hopefully not in performances. Please don't tuck your harness for a true public performance. Take the harnesses or the colors cases and put them somewhere else. But for competitions, they're tucked in the belt behind there. Colors cases are not tucked under the left hand or the left arm, sorry. They're held in the left hand, and they're held so that just like you're holding a book, not like this when as it's pointing down. Yeah, you can see that. All right. You don't hold it like that. You hold it like this. Only with your obviously with your hand, let me move on the other side. There. You hold it down like that, at attention. So your left hand is down here at attention, but the case should be in your hand as well, not tucked. You don't tuck it. And the training circular says this. So obviously there's a lot of things about this performance that you can say that you can see that the cadets haven't read the training circular or the Army reg for that matter.
Present arms. Order arms.
I'm going to go back a bit. That was great. Good job. They should be the same level. Fingers are bent around. That's good. That's good. Fingers are bent around the small stock.
Thank you. Drill sergeant. Order on.
Ladies, down.
Colors crew. March. Forward. March.
Let's go back here.
Utilize this drill pad. Drill sergeant. Thank you. Drill sergeant. Order on.
That is correct. So you don't grab the butt of the rifle and then bring the rifle to vertical and then place it on your shoulder. That's not what the training circular has. Grab the rifle and then from the port position, grab that rifle, grab the butt, get your get your, oh, and I forgot to talk about the grips there. It looks like you have good grips. So you've got the donut going, and then the split in the first 2 fingers at the heel of the butt. Not bad at all. But you grab the butt, secure your grip, and then place the rifle on the shoulder, not vertical and then down. So you're adding pretty much a half count to that, which is not what you're supposed to do. So I'm going to back up so we can see that colors reverse. Hopefully.
That Captain Kirk requesting permission to utilize this drill pad. Drill sergeant. Thank you. Drill sergeant. Order, arms. Colors reverse. March.
So all of those flags for the colors.
Forward. March.
Good job.
Carry, colors. Forward, march. Right heel, march. Forward, march. Right wheel, march. Forward, march.
You have to constantly. So look here, it's lateral space between feet. So when you're either marching forward, marching backward, or marching in place, the lateral space of your feet needs to be the same. And this young lady here, our American flag color bearer, has a rather large lateral space while marking time, but not when marching. I noticed this as they were coming up. We're going to go back to here. So
Right wheel, march. Forward, march.
Speed up. But that lateral space is marching forward. And also for that colors reverse, you should execute that one face in march and with a left step over, because the flag bearers change positions. And then American flag bearer, you should then rotate in place, not execute a second left face. So it's a left face in march, and then so many steps, 4 steps really, you can make it no problem. 4 steps to rotate there. All right, but your lateral steps
Forward,
makes your
march. Right.
rocking.
Ready, front. Left wheel, march. Forward, march. Left wheel, march. Forward, march. Left wheel, march. Forward, march. Guard. Halt.
object in an environment like this with all these sideways.
Reset. Arms.
But arms and face,
Order. Arms. Face. Colors.
99% wrong.
all right, and here's why I have to pause. So, if you've listened to other critiques that I've made, you'll know that the staff not only has to be under the armpit, but it has to be vertical. The flag then hangs down and is rolled up from there. This is way too low. Absolutely, totally too low. But the reason that we use the 3x4 flag, or even sometimes the 4'4", 5'6" flag, if you have a taller color bearer, when the color bearer has the staff vertical, the flag can hang straight down without touching the ground. So then it can be furled. Now, in this case, where and you know the measurements were made around World War I, World War II, something like that, of the average American male in the U.S. Army and the U.S. Marine Corps. So all of those measurements were used to create step size and all that. Tons of information used to create formations and things like that. So here, what you would do is have the staff in the armpit, but you would have it angled up so that the flag is right in front of the face, so that they can stay at attention, right in front of the face of the guard, either guard, and then they're allowing the flag to remain flat, so they don't have to do anything with the flag along the pole, but they're grasping both sides, the top and the bottom, technically, of the flag where the fringe is, and then as the flag staff as the flag is being rolled up, then the flag staff comes down to then where it's finally horizontal. And there's a long way to go for doing this. This is popping the flag out. It's not fine if you want to do that hand thing. I don't prefer it in the ceremonial drill world. When if you're going to, you have those little tension clasps on there, so you pull the end cord taut, and then you pull that tension clasp down, and then what you can do is have your hands like this, just like this. Thumbs together, hands right there, instead of like this. That, forgive me, it looks a little girly. It just looks a little girly. So this would look, I think, a little more professional. All right, both of you come together like this, and then all you have to do is drop your hands to attention, or actually you'd come up to the sling arms position. Forgive me. That would be 2 inches. That's all the TC says. So we can then we can know that that 2 inches is from the toe, because that if you let your foot naturally hang, if you don't flex it or point it, hyperextend it, then you just let that foot naturally hang, and the toe comes up 2 inches, which is pretty much the standard there. All right, so I hope my comments are helpful, and I appreciate the performance, and I also appreciate having a friend of mine send this in after she recorded it to get that critique. So well done. Even though I don't know the school, well done school, well done team. That was very good. Some definite things that you need to correct, and not just, you might want to try this, you might want to try that. Nope, it's definitely, you need to follow the TC, period. All right, thank you.